welcome to the channel. It's Monday, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I thought I'd come up and walk around a little bit. I'm going to walk down Chang Moi Road. There's a couple places there I want to show you that have some really good food. And right back here is a new Mexican restaurant, La Casida. And just talked to the lady there, and they've just opened up. Well, we stopped at the Mexican restaurant. We're going to try it. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it looks good. Now that looks good. I'm going to eat it. I'll tell you how it is when I'm done. Well, that was really good. 260 baht, and the chips and salsa was some of the best that I've had. And I'll leave a pin to this location in the map, and suggest you come check it out. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Just opened up. But we're going to walk down this way, cross over the road, and there's another Mexican restaurant over there that I'm going to show you that has some really, really good burritos. It's my new go-to place for Mexican food. I want to thank everybody that came into the live stream Saturday. We had a pretty good crowd and had some real good conversation, and we'll be on again this Saturday at the same time. And those of you who won the drawing there that we had, go ahead and send me an email and give me your address so I can send those 2 items to you. And doesn't matter where you live, I'll send them. You know, I think one guy was in Australia, and he said, "Well, I don't mind sending it there. It's no problem at all." But now there used to be a Mexican restaurant there, but it's not. That's called the Jaholic Bar. Oh, it must be right there. Interesting. Well, we're going to cross the street and walk down this way towards Worldwide Market. You can see where we're at right here. Quite a bit of traffic out today too. Let's see if we can get across the street here. There we go. Today I'm going to tell you a story about a guy that from the UK, and he was fairly wealthy. His family had a farm there in the UK and fairly well-to-do. And he put himself through school and went on to be a real estate agent, and did real well. Was really well off. Well, then he started taking to become a world traveler, and took a few trips, I think, to Africa and other places, and he started coming to Asia. Well, he lands in Bangkok, and I'm gonna say at this time he's probably 32, 33 years old, somewhere in that age bracket. And we'll see. Yeah, smokehouse is closed today. The burger that I had here the other day was really good. I'm hoping that they'll open up and sell some smoked meat. But anyway, he comes to Bangkok and spends some time here, and he meets a girl. Now, every story that I've read, with the exception of one, says that she was a bar girl. And I read one particular story that was based out of the UK that said she was a security guard. I'm going to lean towards the fact that she was a bar girl, because I think the stories are a little bit more reliable. It's funny when you read these stories, it's almost like they, you know, from different news agencies, it's almost like they cut and paste. you know, there'll be a few words changed, and that's about it. But anyway, he meets this girl, and it doesn't really say how long he stays in Bangkok. I think it was for quite some time. Anyway, he goes back to the UK, and they keep in touch. And then in I guess it's 1997, 96 or 97, he comes back over and he marries her. And he brings her back to the UK with him. And they get, you know, they seem to be doing real good. She gets a job, and, you know, he's still doing the same stuff that he was doing before. And it was fairly well off. All right, there's Diablos. They have excellent burritos there. The lady that cooks them is really, really sweet. And the food is excellent, and it's not overpriced. It's priced fairly for what you get. And really a good classic burrito there. And they have tacos and quesadillas and all that other good stuff. And this is my go-to place when I want Mexican food. But anyway, you know, she's interacting with his family real well, and they're getting along, and everything seems to be fine. Well, in about 2000, they start getting bored with the UK, and he sells everything he has in the UK, all the land and property and everything that he's got, and they move to Hue Hin. Just pack up and move. This is the selfie capital of the world right here. Everybody's getting their picture taken around this stuff. All the stars come here and pose with the coffee shop right here. But anyway, he opens up a bar in Hue Hin. I'm unclear whether he opened one or two of them. One of the stories I read said that he had a couple of bars. I don't know. I know for sure it was one for sure, and they have a child together. She gets pregnant and they have a kid. Well, around 2003, things start getting a little bit rough. Apparently she's gambling real heavy and gets in debt, and she's using the money from the bar to pay off her gambling debts. And she's even going as far as writing to his mother back in the UK, you know, saying that she needs money to pay off debts. Let's see if I get back on the other side now. And she asked the mother not to tell him. Well, he starts picking up on this, and the article too says that she was having an affair with somebody, and it just got way too much. So he divorces her in 2003. And my guess is, more than likely, everything that they owned was put in the kid's name. And that's a common thing for people that you know, when you have a mixed couple, but you've got a kid that's half Thai and half whatever the other relationship is, it's common to put the land and the property in the kid's name. That way, if anything happens to the wife or whatever, you know, it'll be in the kid's name and the husband won't have to sell it. And I assume that's probably what they did. It doesn't say, but I'm just, like I said, I'm paraphrasing from what I know. But anyway, he divorces her, and he keeps everything as far as the bar is concerned. He gives her a hefty settlement. I think it was something like 750,000 baht or to that tune, and gets her a place to live and gives her a monthly allotment. And he actually has custody of the boy, and she's got visitation. And from best I could figure, the place that he got her was not far, but it, you know, it wasn't a 5-minute drive to get to where she was, and I believe it was out in the country. But 2005, she's got the kid, and he's going to go over and pick the boy up and bring him back to Hua Hin. So he shows up there at her house, and she's not there. But as soon as he pulls up in front of the house, 3 or 4 guys jump out, and they try to shoot him with a homemade gun, and it doesn't go off. So what they basically do is they beat him to death with clubs and sticks and knives and all kinds of stuff and kill him. They took 20 pounds, they cut him up in pieces, and they had 20 kilos of charcoal ready. They were waiting for him. There's no doubt, you know, it was a set up deal. And she was not there. She had gone shopping, supposedly. But anyway, they chop him up and they throw him on the charcoal and cook him. And one of the guys takes his truck, and I'm not sure whether they brought it back to Hua Hin or they hid it somewhere. It didn't really say, but one of the guys disposed of his truck, and the other ones, including her, after they charcoaled him, took the body parts and went to a national park on the edge of the Thai Burma border, and they spread his body parts out around through the forest, because this particular park was a safe haven for the Thai tigers, and it's loaded with tigers. So they figured the tigers would eat the body parts up and they'd be home free. Well, they go back to her house, and after a couple days, she decides it's time to call his parents and report him missing. So she calls his parents. It doesn't say whether she calls the police or not, but it does say that she calls his parents in the UK and tells them that, you know, he's missing and hasn't shown up. We'll walk through this temple a little bit. I don't know if I've been through here or not, but the mother gets suspicious, and she just sensed something was right. Now, let's move back to the time that he divorces her and the time that he's dead. He gets killed. During this time, he writes an article. It's called Rainfall, and it's about a guy who marries a bar girl and gets murdered, and it's published. And he actually won a prize for it. So, you know, did he suspect it was coming? You know, it's hard to tell. But anyway, going back to the 2005, after they've already disposed of the body, the mother contacts a private detective in Bangkok and hires him. And I say they probably did this through they also hired an attorney. Hello. And he starts investigating it. Well, the first thing he does is they start tracking his cell phone. Oh, what a cute little kid. I'll be quiet when I walk through here. Yeah, we have walked this temple before, I believe. I don't know. Yeah, let me walk on out of here. I don't want to disturb them. This is really beautiful. We'll walk through here. Don't leave me. I'll get back to the store here in just a second. But anyway, the private investigator finds out that the last place his cell phone pinged from was at her house, where she lived. So he gets in touch with the Thai police. Thai police raid the place, and they find knives with blood all over them, and knives with the guy's hair on it, and you know, the charcoal pit where they burned him. And so they questioned the people there, and there was like 4 guys that they questioned, and you know, these guys get confessions easily, and I think a lot of it has to do, they know if they don't confess, and they're caught, they're gonna spend some serious time in prison. So these guys confessed, and basically what they said was that she had hired them to kill him, and when she was confronted with it, she confessed as well. And she didn't partake in the killing, but she did set it up, and she helped dispose of the body. And her reasoning was that she knew if he was dead, everything that he had would go to the son, and including, you know, she would get custody of the son, so theoretically she'd get everything he had. And that was the motive for killing him. And you know, the old saying goes, make sure you're worth more alive than you are dead. That's a classic example of it. You know, it's hard. It's hard to say, you know, what you can do to. You have to use good judgment. I mean, he with him writing that article, no doubt that was in his mind that could happen to him. And you know, when you start getting those feelings, it's time to get out of Dodge. She, along with the other her accomplices, were found guilty. She got life in prison. I'm not sure what the other ones got, but she was complaining. She thought she should have only got 50 years, but ended up getting life. And his parents got the child, and the sister, this guy had a sister, the sister was raising the child in the UK. And his parents didn't even come over for the trial. They just, you know, they didn't want to sit through it, and I don't blame them. You know, it's a horrible thing to happen. But, you know, not all situations are going to be like this, but you have to go into a relationship with open eyes. I mean, in researching these articles, I sit back and think, thank God I met Lek, you know. What would have happened if I'd have met somebody like that? You know, I don't know. I just, it's hard to say. But I thank God that I didn't. And you know, Lek and I have been married for 18 years, and we're happy, and I'm not worried about her putting charcoal under my bed or hiring somebody to knock me off. Well, one of the reasons I'm not worried is because, hello, if I die, she don't get nothing. She's got to keep me alive and keep those checks coming. But no, that's not really the reason. But I think I think we'll walk this way. But you guys, you know, and I know I've got some subscribers that are, you know, want to come over here and try to settle down and find a happy life with a woman. And it's possible. You can do it, but use your head. You know, think with the right brain, and hold your love close to your heart until you know what what's going on. Now this is the same clong that we walk along, and it goes south to the area that we walked on in the last couple of videos. Now, from what I'm understanding now, this is actually the original moat. I may get out and explore it a little bit more. We'll walk down here to the corner. There's a noodle place I want to show you, and I've showed it in other videos, but some of y'all probably haven't seen it, but I want to show it to you. So if you do come here, make sure you stop here and have some noodle. It's really good. Cub bikes. Those little Cub motor scooters like Patty Doyle bought are getting real popular right now, and they sell those here. But yeah, you know, just keep your eyes open, and you know, if you find a decent woman and you find out she's heavy into gambling, you better be careful. Because they don't change. I mean, it's just something that, you know, they've been around all their life, and gambling is definitely an addiction. You know, I saw it with a couple in the United States that a guy that I had kind of worked with had married a Thai lady, and when I was on patrol, they lived in my zone, and I'd go into the little 7-Eleven store, and I'd catch her walking out, and she'd have a armful of those scratch-offs, and you know, probably $150 worth of them. Just hoping she's going to win. Well, we'll walk down here to the left because the noodle shop is on the left down here. All kinds of little shops in here. And this little store here on the left is very popular with the expats. They have a lot of American products here. All kinds of stuff. But the noodle shop is down here on the left. And the noodles are really, really good. And the place is kind of nostalgic as well. Steaming them noodles. Wow. Phew. Got all kinds of stuff to put in them here. Hello. But definitely check that place out if you come here, and you'll be able to see it on the map. It's just right up from Warrawat Market, on a little soy to the left going down. Well, folks, I'm going to make it back to the car, and I appreciate y'all coming in and checking out this video, and I appreciate all the comments, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.